we just win?
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
Alright guys, I have a very important mission for you. Very top secret. Only people who watch this video know what this mission is going to be. And that is, listen to me, hear me out, slap the like button. Because if you slap the like button, if you hit the like button, the more times we hit it, the more likely there is a chance that Vegeta will not get the L in the next chapter. Because this chapter was so good. Like, what happened? What, you guys know me on this channel. I cover like fan-made shit. I cover fan-made Dragon Ball stuff. Like everything fan-made. I cover, you know, the manga and stuff like that too, but it seems like, at least you guys been telling me, every time I cover a chapter, I'm always very negative on it. Because there's a lot of things that really make me upset. That really just are not, they're not for me, you know? And story-wise, after reading and watching so many fan animations and fan mangas, and fan mangas specifically that have such great stories to them that are so intricately like woven and made to fit Dragon Ball, to watch those stories and then see some of the stuff that Toyotaro does in the manga, especially with Goku, it really is disheartening. But this was a love letter to Vegeta. It was rare. This is what we've been waiting for, and we think we were gonna get it in any other arc. Like every other arc, we think we're gonna get it. Sometimes it happens, but in this arc, it just felt like Vegeta was. It was not the Vegeta that we've seen in Dragon Ball Super. That's the best way I can put it. It's not the Vegeta that we've seen in Dragon Ball Super. This is Vegeta from the Saiyan saga. This is Vegeta from the Boost saga. This is a much deeper Vegeta than we've seen in a very long time, because this is a Vegeta that is reconciling with his past. The last arc, he had to reconcile with himself of what he did to the Namekian people. In this arc, he's got to reconcile with himself to what he did, or what his species did to other species, even though he's being a dick to Granolah. At the same time, there is a lot of I'm just provoking you type of shit in here. Like, it's just that good. It's just that good. And one thing, because today I'm jumping into this manga chapter because I feel like we won. I feel like Vegeta fans won. And if you would like to see why we won, if you would like to hear why we won, watch till the end of the video, because this is rare. This is rare on the Blackscape channel that I am gushing over manga chapter. So yeah, let's just take it in. Enjoy today. Today's a good day. But there's one thing that I noticed. There's one thing I noticed with the last three quote-unquote villains that we saw in the Dragon Ball Super manga. Or just in Dragon Ball Super in general, not in the manga. We got Broly, right? And Broly is in the manga, you know, he's mentioned. Broly, we got Moro, and now we got Granolah. So what is the one similar thing that all three of these characters have that is strange for Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z? It's odd for this to be a reoccurring trait, but I've noticed it now in this chapter fully. I'm gonna let you know at the end of the whole video, because I want you guys to watch the whole thing, man. And this is gonna be a great review, man. I'm so hyped. I'm really hyped for this. So at the end, I'm gonna tell you what they have in common, but I would like to hear from you in the comment section below. Let me know what you think they have in common, and see if you get it right. Let's jump in. We begin the chapter with the poor residents of Planet Cereal, and they are getting out of Dodge. They're evacuating the city that they're living on because of the tremors, of the destruction, of Granolah being a dick, essentially. This is where it gets kind of frustrating, and this is honestly the only annoying part of the chapter for me, but it's not too bad because it fits both Granolah and Vegeta. But Vegeta is explaining point blank period. He's not like being coy. He's not like being like Goku. Goku was a little coy when he was explaining it, but Vegeta explains he does not work for Frieza. Frieza is his enemy. And Granolah's like, that's just something like somebody who works for Frieza would say, essentially is what he's trying to say. Because he doesn't believe him. And even the little AI in his head, the little AI in his ear, is telling him that it is possible they don't work for Vegeta, because both of them are saying it, and Granolah doesn't believe it. Granolah's like, nah, they're trying to save their own skin. I understand what they're going for with Granolah. He's being super edgy. He's being super, I am all for revenge. He's got the Kurapika. He's got the Sasuke vibes. And I get it. He's clouded by revenge. I hope we see a little different side of him, because we saw it a little bit earlier. Now he's turned full on like Avenger kind of, and I'm hoping that this softens up. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing at this point now, after this chapter, I would not mind seeing him hang out with the Saiyans and them being on the same team kind of thing. I'm just so curious to see where this is gonna go. Like, are they gonna become friends, and then like Vegeta and Goku are gonna serve Frieza up on a platter for all his sins and stuff like that? Is the next arc like attacking Frieza type of thing, like, and killing Frieza? That'd be awesome. So Vegeta immediately turns into blue, and then uses like the strangest technique. Like, this is probably another like complaint. He uses the strangest technique I've ever seen. He puts his hands on the ground and then manipulates the rocks around Granolah to float and also explode. This obviously does nothing to Granolah. He's completely fine. But Granolah does the exact same thing with a much bigger rock and blasts Vegeta from the back and then punches him in the stomach. This was not the smartest moment for Vegeta. I don't know why he thought rocks were gonna hurt Granolah when Goku and Master Ultra Instinct, could barely hurt Granolah, or at least he was fighting his clone. You know what it is. But I do also like that Vegeta tells Granolah clones and illusions will not work on him, because he does have that yard rat training. I don't know why he's telling him that. I would just let Granolah do what he does, and then there's a lot in this fight where people are explaining what their powers are, which I don't like. It's not strategic, but I feel like Vegeta and Granolah are going to be friends. That's kind of where I'm leaning to. I don't think this is a fight to the death. I think they're going to be best buddies. So immediately after that, Vegeta goes on the counterattack and begins to fight Granolah all over the area that they're in. Now, this is interesting in and of itself, because they're fighting through forest, through mountain, and then through a river, through the water, and so you get like a nice visual of the landscape around Planet Cereal, which is something that you really don't get too often in at least recent fights. It's not like they're fighting all over the place when it comes to like the fights in this or the fights in Moro. This is more akin to even like Dragon Ball Super Broly, where they're like all over like a certain area. Like, this is more along those lines, and we do get some cool like underwater scenes with Vegeta dodging bullets underwater, because he is, I think, trying to distort Granolah's attacks. Now that's what I'm thinking, and it does work because Granolah can't hit him, so he's faster than Granolah, or at least faster than Granolah can see. Remember, Granolah has that eye power, so he shouldn't be missing, and yet he is missing, which shows how strong Vegeta is, or how much experience he has as Super Saiyan Blue. And also at the same time, he is using strategically the water to disrupt Granolah's attack. So Granolah has to make like this Kibo, and he even says, I gotta wait for the perfect moment where there's nothing blocking, so I can hit him and I can attack him. And then when he launches it, Vegeta blocks it and gets blasted out of the water, with Granolah deeming him stronger than he had originally anticipated. And Vegeta says, yeah, you are strong for now, but I'm still going to win. And that just leads to Vegeta's character. Like, Vegeta can sense and feel and know exactly where the battle is going if Granolah keeps going the way that he's going, because Granolah is the strongest, but he's not getting stronger. He's just the strongest from the moment he made that wish. At this point now, a subscriber of mine in my last video said that what if Vegeta became God of Destruction and learned the God of Destruction power after Granolah made his wish? So God of Destruction Vegeta would be stronger than Granolah because it would be after that wish was already made. So the baseline was at that moment. That could be a possibility. I mean, Ultra Instinct's still in play, so we don't really know. And we don't really know if God of Destruction is summed up in that wish, or if Beerus' planet is part of Universe 7, like at least part of the wish in that moment. But yeah, this is great stuff, man. This part hurt. I felt this. When Goku wakes up and he realizes, like, even the Zing little comic portion right here where it shows his pain, that was... that got me. I think this is funny. This is adorable, honestly. Goku waking up. See, this kind of stuff I like. Goku wakes up, he's like, what the heck? That's just good. That's good. That's good writing. Dude, I don't know what happened with Toyotaro. He must have, I don't know. This must have been really fun for him to do. He must have I think Toyotaro's really a Vegeta fan, because this is like the best chapter that I've read in ages. Like, where there's nothing stupid like that breaks everything for me. Like, look at this shot right here. Look at this shot. Look at Granolah and Vegeta fighting overhead and trying to get away from the battlefield they're in, and Goku looking over his shoulder. Like, such a good shot, man. Like, this is good stuff. This is a good perspective shot. Vegeta is back on the offensive, and he shoots like that one attack from Budokai Tenkaichi 3 where it's just a flurry of ki blasts that really don't hit anything, and it works the same way here. Granolah actually ends up countering it by popping them before they get anywhere near him, and that's when Vegeta comes up right behind him because he uses it as a distraction to try to get on Granola's blind side, but Granola's too quick and blasts Vegeta, only to have Vegeta dodge, and this is the whole thing. Vegeta is trying to get under Granola's skin and trying to get him upset and irritated, that way he makes a mistake. It's just from the Art of War. It's from the Art of War. There's a Japanese version of the Art of War that a samurai wrote. I forget what it's called. It's something rings, the 7 rings or something like that. It's part of that. It's to keep your opponent upset, to get him upset before the fight actually happens or while the fight is happening, so that way he makes a mistake. And that's exactly what this whole portion was. Uses a distraction, comes up behind him, knows that Granolah is too fast for him, and then Granolah blasts him, only to have Vegeta dodge intentionally, so Granolah would actually destroy a good portion of the city that was his people's home. It's a relic, it's an antique. They're ruins that Granolah has been preserving, and this destroys most of it, if not all of it, making Granolah pissed off and hopefully make a mistake here, and Granolah shows his hand because Vegeta's like, I think that you've gotten your absurd amount of strength really recently, and Granolah confirms it only for Vegeta to say that you lack experience with that strength, which is a common theme that we've seen in Dragon Ball Super, but it makes sense. It does make sense. In this case, it makes the most amount of sense. Granolah was far weaker. He had some experience, but he's like more of like an assassin. He had more experience in that type of environment, and now he's doing this otherworldly battle of gods type of shit, and he's not really meant for this. And he should have known that his people's city was right there, and that Vegeta was trying to get him to destroy it himself. Because on top of him thinking that it would be funny, he knows that this is going to piss him off. And as Vegeta jumps in for more fighting, he ends up telling Granolah, like, dude, you need more training, and if you have not been training up to this point with this new power, then basically you're gonna lose. And Granolah says, training, no need, and kicks the shit out of Vegeta because he says that he has a huge, tremendous gap in strength. And Vegeta says, do I need to repeat myself? And that is when he holds on to Granolah's leg and tries to fucking break it UFC style. It didn't work, only that didn't do anything. But Granolah sees now that Vegeta is an experienced fighter and he has way more skill in this than Granolah has at all. But Granolah does kick him off because he is stronger at this point. But still, this whole panel right here, this is some of the best shit that I've seen Toyotaro do. First of all, this is what I was talking about. Earlier in the video I told you there's a similarity between Moro, Broly, and Granolah. Yeah, the similarity is that none of them train. None of them train. Broly didn't train because he had no master, and his dad only taught him to survive, and he only knew how to survive, and that's basically what it was. I mean, he was only super strong and defeated Blue, Vegeta, and Goku because of his power, but once Gogeta got into the picture, and somebody on his level with strength, power-wise, or higher, was there with more skill, completely made mincemeat out of him. Moro was the same thing too. Moro lacked any sort of training, and he didn't want it. He even said he doesn't need training. Granolah is saying the same thing. He does not need to train because he is the strongest. It's a common trait, and I don't know where they're going with this, but I like it. It's good stuff. I didn't like it before. I didn't see where they were going with this when Granolah originally made this wish, because I think it's kind of sus, and I don't really like Granolah that much right now, honestly. He's not my favorite character, but this is good stuff, man. Like, this whole no training, easy power versus hard work, training, getting the power hard way is such a cool dynamic. I don't know, man. I'm here for it. So this is where we get to the heart of this chapter. This is where the good stuff is, because Vegeta is telling Granolah that no matter how strong Granolah is at this moment, when it comes to a battle, the outcome is never quite certain. Vegeta's been in enough scraps at this point to know that there are upsets in the fighting. He's seen it before a lot with Goku, and sometimes it happens with Vegeta, and that is exactly why he loves fighting. But this only triggers Granolah more because the fighting that the Saiyans have done have killed a lot of people, and Granolah is kind of right here. The carnage, this love for battle is the problem, and he attacks Vegeta yet again. But then Vegeta, or Toyotaro through Vegeta, begins spitting bars. Strongest, second strongest, rankings are all well and good, but they only reflect a moment in time. Once that moment has passed by, it's nothing but history. Take me, for instance. I'm already stronger than I was a few minutes ago. Holy, oh my god, Toyotaro, what are you trying to do, man? Are you trying to like make me like completely simp on the manga for you? Because like on this chapter, on this arc, because I'm getting there, man. Like where is Shakespearean Toyotaro been? Where has he been? Where has he been hiding? Because this is a completely different level of your earlier writing abilities. This is the most alpha Vegeta has ever been in Dragon Ball Super. Let me make that clear. This is the coolest he's been, and this is why I told you guys hit that like button and give Vegeta all the power you can, because people are smelling an L coming a mile away. Some sort of cheap ass L, and this build up to Vegeta that is so cool in this chapter, it needs to be fulfilled. Vegeta needs to defeat Granolah. I'm telling you right now, he must defeat Granolah, or Granolah needs to escape because he thinks that Vegeta's too strong. Something along those lines needs to happen, because this is a lot of build up for Vegeta and some of the greatest writing I've seen for Vegeta, and to have it all taken away is just sad. It's gonna lose a lot of people, man. It may lose me too, because this is great stuff, man, and I've been wanting Vegeta to get the W for so long now, because I am a huge Vegeta fan, and I feel like Toyotaro doesn't really know how to write Goku, but he definitely knows how to write Vegeta. Granolah makes the sound decision that Vegeta is far too dangerous to be kept alive at this point, and so he tries to kill him outright, trying to use the same technique he used against Goku, but Vegeta catches it, but it's a little bit too late, because the fingertips still touched and broke Vegeta's armor, and I don't know if maybe some ki went in there, or just the thrust of it all, or just the technique in general, but it does pop Vegeta out of Super Saiyan Blue, because it's a vital point, I'm assuming, making Vegeta spit up blood. And Vegeta has a Kid Buu moment with Granolah. Like a kid fucking Buu moment with Granolah, guys. He says, "What fun, this feeling, it's been ages." And I just, in this point in this manga, I'm hearing the Super Saiyan Vegeta theme going, like the Hell's Bells theme going. Like, it's so apparent that this is what Toyotaro had on in the background as he was drawing this. This surprises Granolah to see that he's facing such a being, a different, completely different mental state, a completely different caliber. Vegeta says, "There's no planet to protect, no people to save, just me immersed in battle. My happy place." Oh my god. Toyotaro, who are you at this point? Who are you? Just the thing to get a battle-crazed Saiyan's blood pumping. And at that point these are the leaks we've seen, where Granolah pulls back, and we didn't see this part. Vegeta actually explodes in a rage of ki, pushing Granolah back forcefully even more. And as everyone on the planet feels Vegeta's ki and the power that he's putting out, Goku feels it as God ki, but not just any God. It's not Super Saiyan God, it's not Super Saiyan Blue, it's not something that comes from Vegeta like in the terms of Super Saiyan. No, this is completely different, and this is the part that we did not see. Vegeta begins to transform, and Granolah's just shocked to see what the hell Vegeta's transforming into, and Vegeta says, "A god of destruction taught me that power derived solely from instinct is unbounded." And I think I know what he means. I think this is, oh my god, dude, this is good stuff, man. This is really good stuff. I know exactly what he means. Basically, what he's saying, and I'm hoping this is what it is, Vegeta, this power that Vegeta has right now, has no time limit. This is a brand new transformation. Unbounded. This is something that Vegeta transformed into physically. I talked about this a very long time ago, that the physical transformations, like Super Saiyan 4 and stuff like that, they are a lot sturdier because you can't pop somebody out of it so easily. That's like a new being right there you have to defeat. That's not somebody that, oh, you can just hit them in a vital spot and they go back to Super Saiyan or regular level. I'm hoping that's what it is, because that would make the most amount of sense. That God of Destruction, this power, Beerus told him. This is the reason Beerus doesn't really like Ultra Instinct, because it's not a power that you can just stay in all the time, or anybody can stay in all the time if you're not an angel. He's basically saying that the Ultra Instinct power is fleeting, and the Ultra Instinct ability isn't all the time. This, on the other hand, is a transformation physical. That's why Vegeta transformed physically. His face transformed physically. It's something that you can't just take him out of. I have a feeling Vegeta may win this. I really have a feeling, and I'm hoping that's where it's going. Toyotaro, please do not disappoint. This is amazing. Bravo, Toyotaro. Bravo. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.